G'day Marvel Future Fight gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. Yes, back in the test server. I've got lots of comments over the past few days about the videos that I've made. Also quite a few comments about why I haven't sort of made even more commentary about the new card system and the new CTP system. My very first video in this series was around about that card system, and I'm pretty sure anyone who watched that video could tell my total disbelief with the new forging of CTPs and the new crafting of cards. So through that video I ended up making this White Fox card, and anyone who actually sat through that video would have noticed that I would have that to get it up to 6 stars, right, to get the number of stars on it. Oh, what have I done there? To get the number of stars down the bottom here, to get it up to 6 stars or maximum number of stats, craft stage 6, as they call it, it took 25 premium cards. Now, 25 premium cards just get you to a level where you have these extra 6 stats unlocked, not the re-rolling of the stats. Now, I've since sort of had a bit more of a look at the actual re-rolling of the stat side of things, and it's kind of, the system becomes even more devious the more you look at it. So to actually, let's just say I wanted to re-roll all options, then it cost me just gold. It cost me just gold. As soon as you start locking in options, so let's just say I wanted to lock all attack, it starts costing crystals. If I want to lock 2, it goes up from 50 to 100. If I want to lock 3, it goes up to 150. If I want to lock 4 stats, it goes up to 300. If I want to lock 5 stats, it goes up to 500 crystals per roll, and each time is a premium card as well, right? Each time you re-roll is a premium card. So you're up, if you, let's just say you get some stats, or you particularly want this all attack stat on the last slot, and it is the only slot that it comes with all attack, right? Is that very last slot. Let's just say you want that very last slot. You're pretty happy with everything else that you've got on your cards, and all you want to do is actually re-roll that last all attack slot. It's going to cost you 500 crystals and a premium card per go. Let's just backwards calculate here just for a little bit, and you'll just realize the stupidity of this situation. Now, one thing that I do want to say before we get into these calculations is, tell you what, the Marvel Future Fight community is a frickin' force to be reckoned with. You guys are powerhouses. You're very determined. You're very smart in the way that you guys approach things, the way that things are coordinated, the way you phrase. And in none of my videos am I ever going to try and tell you guys what you should do or what you shouldn't do in this game. Anyone who follows my channel, anyone who subscribes to VaderG YouTube, I have high respect for you, for your intelligence and your aptitude, and basically as an individual, right? I don't feel like I have to tell you guys what to do in an event like this, where there's such a crossroads in the game. Okay, so in no way in this video am I trying to persuade people to do stuff. I'm just pointing out things, and I'm just showing you the facts, right? So let's get back into this cost thing. Now, I've reacquainted myself to the premium card chance up. So if you were to buy premium cards when they're all chance up, the actual odds of getting a premium card is 1.5%. Is that right? Yeah. So when they're all chance up, 1.5%. Now, that equates to 4,500 crystals per card on average. Now notice, to get it just for all these 6 awakened stats, you need to use 25 premium cards. Who the hell has 25 premium cards sitting around in their inventory? Well, guess what? There actually are people who do have that. There's whales who have spent a shitload on this game, who are ready to rock, who are kind of ready for action for this particular update. So, take what you want out of that. But 4,500 per card, 25 cards just to unlock these 6 stats, you're looking at, what do I work out? 112,500 crystals, all right, to get a card to the stage. Forget all these rerolls on the right-hand side. To get a card to the stage where you've unlocked all these stats, all right? So what's 112,000 crystals? What do you get? You get around about 12,000 crystals for around about $160 Australian. So multiply that by 10, $1,600 per card. Is that right? Yeah. Just to get to the point where you want it. Now then you have to re-roll each of these individual stats, right? So each of those is costing each of those rerolls is costing a premium card, so 4,500 crystals per roll. Let's just say you reroll 10 times to get and you're not going to get all your stats. For 10 times, no freaking way are you going to get all your stats. I had 13,000 crystals in this test server to start off with. I bought 2 uniforms needed for sub-uniforms. And so I've used, what have I used? I've probably used around about 8,000 crystals just to get this card to where it is on rerolls alone. Okay, so, but anyway, let's just say that you want to go for 10 rerolls, then you're looking at 45,000 crystals. Okay, so 10 premium cards. Each premium card is worth 4,500 crystals. You're looking at 45,000 crystals. So you're probably looking to get 3 or 4 of these good stats, 157,500 crystals per card. And that does not take into account these stupid colors on the left-hand side, which, you know, the concentration or pierce or whatever the hell the other resist thing is. And what we're looking at is we're looking at a fuckfest of enormous proportions, immense proportions. What's it mean for the game? Well, what it's meaning for the game at this point in time, just based on what I'm observing, is a major revolt from the player base. The player base knows the inequity it's going to bring to the game in all game modes. I'm talking in game modes and we haven't even touched on CTPs, so I'm not even going to cover that in this video. It's going to bring massive inequity. Let's take a basic mode in the game that we all kind of play either on auto or on manual, but we know it's a source of crystals. Let's just say we're going to play Timeline. We're going to play Timeline against a whale who has 90% HP on their cards. Okay, so the most they get up to around about, at the moment, is around about 45. You can probably double it with this set, right? So you probably get up around about that 90 HP and 100% or 120% attack from your cards as well. You're going to have absolutely no chance. No chance in Timeline Battle. You're going to have no chance in Danger Room Extreme. You're going to have no chance in Alliance Battle if people stack these cards with super high energy attacks. You're going to have no chance. No chance to compete. Okay, and at the moment, you're going to have no chance of getting anywhere near a record in World Boss Ultimate. Shadowland, yeah, that'll go here. Squad battle's already heavily skewed to people who have, you know, ridiculous amounts of Odin's Blessings on their units. Alliance Tournament, you're going to have no chance. All right? All these modes, any mode where there's any type of competitiveness, you're going to have no chance against people who are utilizing this system. These ultra whales who are, it will fuck the game. It will totally ruin the game, to be perfectly honest. And what's going to happen when you can't compete or you can't beat something? You know it's impossible. Am I going to play Timeline? No, screw that. I'm not going to bother with that. Am I going to play Alliance Battle Extreme? Yeah, I might play that because I still like the mode, but I'm not going to compete. Now, if I'm not competing, I'm not going to spend money on the game. Why would I spend money on the game if I'm not competing? And you can see where this goes. This shit fight. See where it ends up. It ends up in a major fracture in the actual game, which is such a shame. And up until this point, I've been trying to really concentrate on the cool things in this update. You know, the Venom uniform. I've been, you know, the Gwenom uniform. Insane. The new units. Scream. She is amazing. She is so cool for a free-to-play unit. Spider-Woman. Excellent addition to the game. I've been trying to focus on all those things, but I can't put my head in the sand. I can't pretend that this shit's not happening, right? And there's no way I can frickin' pretend it's not happening, because everywhere I look in the game, whether it's the forum, whether it's the comments on my YouTube channel, whether it's in line chats, whether it's on Discord, all the players have had enough. They've had enough of this cash grab. They've had enough of Netmarble Monster trying to manipulate them into spending more money, or if they're not even into that, they're annoyed at the fact that they know they're not going to be able to compete in any mode. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that this game is not pay to win already. It already is, right? You have Odin's Blessing, max Odin's Blessings on characters. You see people paying for those Odin Blessings pack $100 per month, every month, to get the double attack ones or double HP, whatever it may be. It's already a Wales game. Buying CTPs of Rage, buying CTPs of Insight, already going for premium cards. But this is just taking it to the next level. And not just a next level, not an incremental level. It's taking it and magnifying it by like 500%. So, what's happening in the community as a result of this. And like I said, I've only concentrated on cards, but cards are the biggest thing in this game, right? And I'm just going to say here before I get into what's happening in the community right now, I'm afraid that even if this system is removed, Netmarble are going to replace it with something even more devious. New CTPs. I was only chatting in my alliance a few days back saying, you know what, we're due for new cards or CTPs. Most of the whales are maxed out on card sets. They've got all the card collections. All their units are full of Odin's blessings. Everyone's got maximum CTPs of Rage and Insight. You know, it's from a business sense, I can see exactly what Netmarble are doing. They're going to keep on releasing shit, but the problem is the actual cost is going up in the game exponentially, and there is no increase or well, there's no decrease in the cost of crystals, number one, and there's no increase in the number of crystals that are given within the game, either through daily login, through game modes, through whatever. Okay, so it's you're getting further and further apart from free to play or even Stark Stash subscribers to the mega whales, right? It's too much, too much. So what's happening in the community as a result of this? Well, a lot. Like I said at the outset of this video, you guys are mean. You guys are ferocious warriors when it comes to defending your patch. And your patch is Marvel Future Fight, right? These guys may develop it. You guys are the players. The game doesn't exist without the players. You guys are animals, right? So what I've read in the forum, what I've seen online, there has been a massive banding together of the community. So much so that I've even seen a huge list of alliances who are looking to boycott. So when I say boycott, I don't think that means quit the game. I believe it means they're just not going to spend on this update. And everyone's pretty serious about it. I mean, I've heard plenty of lip service before in these type of updates where people go, oh, I don't like this, I'm not going to do it, or whatever, whatever, and then they just fold the minute it comes out. There is a steely resolve in the player base, in the Marvel Future Fight player base, a very, very steely resolve. And I've got to be honest, it's going to go down. Like this is coming to a massive head where one party is going to have to give. Either Netmarble takes this stuff out of the game, or they're not going to make a freaking cracker off this update. I can tell you. Now, if you look at these huge list of alliances who look to be boycotting the spend on this coming update, and that means not purchasing uniforms, it means definitely not touching the new cards and new gear systems. So this is what I've read, right, in the chats. Have a scroll through this list, right? You have some huge alliances on this list. You've got pretty well all the top 16 alliances, so everyone who competes regularly for Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Tournament. Pretty well all of those alliances are represented on this list. They're all saying, no, we've had enough. We're not going to roll with this. So I've seen so much stuff on the forum, so much stuff. Like I said, I've been trying to focus on the cool stuff in the game, the Null World Boss Ultimate, the new uniforms, the new units. But, you know, just while I try and process this crap that's been put to us by Netmarble in this update, and now it's time. Now it's time to reveal, you know, how I feel about it exactly. And how I feel about it, I feel like it's a disgraceful move. I feel like it's a huge cash grab for Ultra Whales. I feel like it could be a mechanism to really fracture the game and fracture the player base, where you'll have a very small handful of players, Ultra Whales, who will spend these, you know, the 150,000 crystals per card to upgrade them. So multiply that by 5, you're looking at 750,000 crystals. Which is half of VIP 20, by the way, so you probably get into around about VIP 15 just with that spend alone. These people exist, and it's going to create a real divide in the game. What can be done? What can be done? What can Netmarble do? Well, they can just eradicate the system. Like I said, if they eradicate the system, that's good. You know, it's an immediate win for the player base, but ultimately, my concern is the way that the game's been heading for the past couple of years. I don't know. Something else will pop up and replace it. Something else will come along, and you know, it's just the way things are trending, and doesn't give me too much hope. But guys, like I said, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do on this channel. I'm not going to try and persuade anyone not to spend or to spend. It's 100% your game. You guys are all smart individuals, and I appreciate your time in watching this video. I just wanted to kind of drill in on a few things there, and then get on with things. And whatever happens, happens, and we go from there. But guys, really, really impressed by the community action, by the cohesiveness of the efforts, by the unity in the community. That's a good rhyme. The unity in the community, and yeah, let's see where the chips fall after this fuckfest ends.